Welcome back to Our Issues Birmingham. Kent Stewart, CEO with Reli Title Company and mountain climber. Quite a dichotomy there of titles. So I have a curious question. I'm thinking a day in the life of a mountain climber of Mount Everest. I mean, you wake up, you brush your teeth, take a shower, and you have breakfast. What happens on a daily basis? Do you have a day of rest? I mean, what do? Just sit around and read, or hang out?
It can get boring. I mean, you're either fully into it and climbing that day, which means you're usually getting up in the wee hours of the morning. A lot of the climbing's done in the dark because it's the coldest time and it's the safest time to climb because the ice.
In the dark?
Yeah, because the ice, once the sun hits that ice, it starts to move. And so you want to be through the dangerous sections in the dark because they're frozen.
And you have a little headlamp on?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I hope it's bright.
Yeah,
Is it bright headlamp?
Yeah. And in the days you don't climb.
Does the sun situate itself over there similar to here? So is it daylight beginning at 5 or 6 in the morning?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so it starts getting warm around. You want to be through those difficult sections by 9 or 10 in the morning because that's when it starts to melt. And so the days you don't climb, it's a lot of reading. It's watching your movies on your iPad. It's just trying to rest, and get ready, eat as much as you can. And
did you lose weight? I've heard weight loss is for those of you that want to knock off a few pounds, myself included. Should I just go up there and just lay around for a few days and then automatically take off weight?
It drops off. I lost 27 pounds in 2013
in
36 days. And this year I lost 12 pounds, and I was trying not to lose any weight. I'm trying to eat as much as I can.
Well, what are you eating? I mean, what are you having? Like some beef jerky or something? I mean, what is there to eat?
At base camp, there's 3 full meals a day, and it's a big breakfast with eggs and hash browns and as much calories as they can put in you, and lunch and dinner. It's not what we'd like to eat. You eat a lot of yak and a lot of chicken and a lot of Nepali food that I'm not used to eating. But
for those of us that may not be real up on our yak,
yeah.
What's yak?
Yak is their
cow?
burden animal over there.
That's
it carries
the cow.
all the stuff. It's the big horn steer looking thing with the long hair.
Does yak taste like chicken?
It tastes like a bad steak.
A tough steak. But very high in protein.
Yes. Yeah. And available.
So let's say it's time to move through a treacherous passage, and you're on it at midnight, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Could be, yeah. On summit day, you typically start out about 9 or 10 in the evening, and because that's a long day. That can be anywhere from 14 to 17 hours. So
now summit day is the final trek.
That's the final trek.
And how far is that?
That's from Camp 4 to the summit's about 3,000 vertical feet.
And it's pretty vertical, I bet.
And it takes a long time just because of the altitude. You're moving very slowly.
What is it angled?
It's steep in sections. The Hillary Step is almost vertical, but that's a small section. Most of it, the steepest part of the climb really is the Lhotse face between Camp 2 and Camp 3, and it's about 55 degrees.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So when the sun is coming up, are the base camps positioned in a way that you have an allotted amount of time to get from A to B, and they know, your Sherpa knows when you'll be at B and where the camp is? Is that all pre-programmed? I mean, there's not much left for happenstance.
No, it's been, just trial and error over the years. They figured out, where to put. Some of the camps are where they are because of safety reasons. They're more sheltered from avalanche. Others are, like there's a camp on the Lhotse face just cut into the mountain, and it's because you have to have a place to stop. You can't go all the way from what would be Camp 2 all the way to Camp 4. It would just be physically impossible. So you have to cut a camp in there right into the side of the mountain, which is, the only option. So they're spaced out about 3,000 vertical feet apart.
Where do you sleep? You sleep in a bag?
A little tent.
A little tent with a very thick thermal sleeping bag, I guess.
Yes. I have a minus 40 degree sleeping bag. And then as you get up really high, you'll actually sleep in your down suit. That you don't take it off when you get above a certain altitude.
And what is the temperature at its coldest up there?
It can get down to minus 40 or 50, up at the top. I didn't carry a thermometer this year, but it was very cold. Even at base camp, it was way below zero at night this year.
But you're not in the element, are you? Aren't you wrapped up in
the
thermal
gear,
everything?
The gear is fantastic. I mean, it's light and it's very warm. You still get cold. Your face, can get cold. You don't want to take your glove off, obviously, in those temperatures. And then the sleeping is actually pretty comfortable. Once you're in the tent, in that sleeping bag, it's pretty warm in there, regardless of what the temperature is outside.
And you sleep okay up there?
Sleep fine, yeah.
Better you than me is all I can say. I'm going to stay here. I can handle Vulcan. So in the wake of what happened over there, you started a charity, I understand. Why don't you tell people how they can help out?
Yeah, my wife and I started a charitable foundation back in '07, actually to help a school in Tanzania where we were in Kilimanjaro. But we've kept it going over the years, and we wanted to raise as much money as we could for Nepal because those villages were, decimated. And a lot of my friends over there, the Sherpas, are living under tarps right now. And it's monsoon season just started, which is just going to add to the misery. So we've managed. We had a hike on Saturday, and we raised a lot of money there. And we've got a website, 7summitsfoundation.com, and we're getting donations in from all over the country. And the hike made about $30,000, and we've already raised close to $80,000 through the Facebook and our website.
And 100% of those funds go that way?
100%. We have no administrative costs, no rent, no phone, no supplies. Everything's donated, including our legal fees, our accounting fees, and so it allows us to send every nickel to the people in need.
Well, reach for your checkbooks and send a check out to help those individuals much less fortunate than we are, and certainly much less fortunate than you can, because you're right here and going back.
Yep.
I want to talk to you when you come back the third time.
We'll do it.
After you come off the top. Take a selfie up there. This is Our Issues Birmingham. Fascinating story. Kent Stewart. We'll see you next week.